Pronto, estamos cá. Olá, amigos. Sei, deixa eu ver quanto tempo é que dura este evento da Xbox. Pronto, porque começámos tarde, mas teve que ser. Olá, amigos. Estamos a ver a Valve. Acho que é a primeira merda da Valve, estamos a ver. Este jogo tem muito bom aspecto, digo já. Como é que vocês estão, amigos? Desculpem, jantei bem, à pressa, mas jantei.
Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me, training under Captain Ruiki, trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here,
Epá,
take my badge.
as expressões faciais ainda não estão grande espingarda.
Our families deserve to know we fought and died.
Opa, assim, eu já sabe o que é que vai aparecer. É o Avowed, é o Hellblade 2 e é mais dois jogos, e Indiana Jones também. Indiana Jones e mais um.
Rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable
Mas este jogo até tem bom aspecto, é da Obsidian.
I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud.
Epá, péssimo não está, mas também não está espetacular.
That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui,
não tem expressão, né?
What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you
Parece que não tem
confront
expressão.
Private Naoki, if you believe the story
Parece um
he's
bocado
told
Baldur's Gate.
you, you can hand
Diferente,
over
porque
the
isto é um jogo
badges
first person,
and let him
malta.
go back home.
You're right.
Isto é um RPG
Real
first
battle isn't
person.
something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges.
Mas tem muito essa cena,
Going
tem
back
a
to
cena do
Thirdborn.
Baldur's Gate, sim.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor.
Okay.
Either way, when you return to town,
Também
you'll
tens
see the
escolhas.
consequences of your actions
Okay.
and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed
Okay.
is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to
É o
create
evento já da
unique,
Xbox, sim.
colorful, and
Já sei,
dynamic
Rosão, a gente
visual
já viu
style.
uma
From
parte
the
delas.
outset, we knew that we wanted a Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful.
Não vou jogar o novo
We
Prince of
found
Persia, Mike,
inspiration
não.
in a wide swath of real-world
Olha, malta
cultures,
que quiser vir
helping
connosco
us
para o
create
5M já
unique
podem ir para o Royal
RPG
RP
experience.
à
By
vontade.
contrasting
Quem
the
quiser vir para o
vibrant
Yakuza.
with the dull,
Temos
or
que combinar
verdant
mais ou menos a
spaces with
cena, mas eu
sickly
faço
ones,
Discord
we
para
can
tentar
better
pôr o
deliver
pessoal todo lá.
complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself
É público,
is a
sim. É
confluence of
público.
storied landscapes.
É, o Royal é público.
All
É
of the
o
regions have a lot of
counterpart
special
do The
things
Ranch.
associated with them.
Vou
But I have
falar
a
com o
deep
Mito.
place in my heart for Shatterscarp.
Vamos experimentar.
As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there
É do
for
Royal
life,
do Ranch, é isso
for
mesmo, Mike.
adventure,
É o
and even a
mesmo,
little
é o
danger.
server de GTA deles.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to experience
Ganda Feli Rapo! Obrigado pelo sub. Obrigado, Veli, obrigadíssimo. Espera, ainda fica melhor assim. Espera. Vamos fazer os Yakuza como se eles já existissem, claro. Avowed, parece-me bem este jogo. Ok. Outono de 2024, ok. Sai basicamente daqui a bastante tempo. Para o ano quase. E vai sair no Game Pass. Ok, nice. Interessante. É da Obsidian. Pá, o jogo tem bom aspecto. Este jogo eu estou interessado para o ver. É um dos jogos mais aguardados que eu tenho este ano, por acaso. Ok, vamos ver o que é que vem agora. Temos agora Ninja Theory. Let's go! Bora, bora, bora. Hellblade. Hellblade. Let's go, malta. Uso o Game Pass, sim. Uso, sim, senhor. Um modo de criar um modo de viajar pelo mundo em direto pelo telemóvel. Como assim, Sam?
Hi, I'm Dom Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK.
Cambridge.
We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Jogaço.
And the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's
Vou querer muito
unique
jogar este
world
jogo em
and her
stream,
battle
malta.
for
Mesmo
survival,
muito.
where we have once again combined high
Estamos a ver o evento da
fidelity
Xbox. Olhem
and
para isto,
immersive
mano.
presentation
Ai, que grafismo.
with
Parece
a
um filme esta
shorter,
merda. pá.
narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we
Não
really
sei,
care
Alexis.
about,
Tenho que perguntar. Eu
and that we
pergunto
hope you
pergunto
care
Samsung.
about too.
Este jogo é... Ouça, se vocês nunca jogaram o primeiro Hellblade, malta, eu recomendo mesmo muito. É muito bom jogo.
Senua is back
Valve,
with a new
tudo tem grandes
quest.
jogos.
She wants to stop the
Aí tá
Vikings who
ela.
raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices.
Esta é a
While the
voice
Furies are
actress
still
e
her
a gaja
constant
que dá a cara.
companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective,
Okay.
and others who will reject it.
Ok, fixe.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
Este jogo, pá, mano, este jogo parece um filme, eu juro. É surreal, mano. Este jogo é mesmo. Olhem para isto, mano. Olhem para este gameplay. O que é isto? Pá, joguem o primeiro jogo, a sério. Juro-vos. É um jogaço monstro. É o Evento Xbox, sim.
Establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top.
Pá, o Hellblade 1
Senua
foi o jogo com melhores gráficos que eu já joguei praticamente nos últimos anos. É muito bom mesmo.
Seen the rise of the Joiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Isto parece mesmo um filme, malta. Juro, parece que vocês estão a jogar uma cutscene. É ridículo.
Enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how
É muito
this
bom mesmo este
viewpoint can have its advantages.
Olhem para isto. Parece que estão a jogar uma
Senua is a
cutscene.
Celtic
É
warrior
ridículo
who
este jogo.
experiences
Bem é, Sony.
psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Ok.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Pá, este jogo
Players
não é
will find
pós
themselves
fracos, digo
traversing
já.
beautiful and hostile
Que é muito amarado o
environments,
jogo.
seeking answers from patterns
Tipo, ela
and
está
signs
sempre a ouvir
that Senua
vozes
sees in her own
constantemente,
unique
é bué da
way,
estranho.
and battling through encounters with enemies that
Ei, não
push
é
Senua
assim,
to
se
her
tu és
limits.
maluco, mano. Hellblade 1 é brutalíssimo o jogo. É um grande jogo, mano. É muito bom.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level.
Eu
With
passei
new
o primeiro
motion
jogo.
space, a bigger
Isto não é
stage
terror,
team, a
isto é
stunt
tipo
crew and a new cast.
suspense.
We spent a
É...
lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight.
Hellblade.
Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all
Olha
new
lá.
combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It
Mano,
does feel very
parece que
different
estou a ver
from
uma
the first
cutscene.
game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua
Pimba.
isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Yeah, este jogo é mesmo marado, mano. É bué da fixe. Este jogo é do
Senua
caralho.
better than anyone,
Confia.
better than I do.
Caguem no que o
Her
Turbo está a
instincts are
dizer.
amazing,
O jogo é muito
and
bom.
She really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our
Joguem
main
o primeiro
focus is
jogo
story.
e caguem no turbo,
So
que ele
I
não
get
percebe
to
nada
watch
disto.
the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces, and then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the
Ai,
studio
mano,
is
que
unified in
absurdo. Olhem lá
achieving
para
a
isto.
deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
Ai, é brutal, esqueçam.
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You
Okay,
have to
na
be there.
Islândia.
The sense of scale, everything is incredible.
Curtia bué de ir à Islândia, pá. Era um sítio
And
que
you
eu
see a
gostava de ir.
scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like,
Pá, vês?
yeah, that,
Isto na
that
consola
works,
corre
that's
bem.
amazing.
Ai, é brutal, mano.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
As vozes.
these voices
Vocês
come
estão
to
sempre a
life
ouvir
through
isto.
binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory
Este senhor é
hallucinations.
espanhol, com
As we
certeza.
focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones you
Malta, o primeiro
surround
jogo é
yourself
incrível,
in a
o turbo é
three-dimensional
estúpido.
space.
Caguem
In
nele.
the first game, we only applied to the
Ski.
voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game,
Eu já passo aqui uma beca do primeiro jogo para
every
vocês
single
verem.
sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's
Okay.
a very beautiful
Muito
experience.
fixe.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
Ok.
On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Foram aqueles
We
gajos que
feel
já
their craft,
cantaram
their depth,
nos
their
Game
meaning in
Awards.
the
yeah.
music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a
São
very
as vozes.
immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Brutal, man. Estamos a ver o evento da
Our
Xbox.
mission
bro.
here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only
É muito bom, acredita.
see where
Miguel
Senua
Alex.
goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful.
É o melhor
for
jogo
our
que saiu nos
players.
últimos 20 anos.
My hope is that they will
Eu agora estou só a
reconnect
dizer
to
isto para
Senua
irritar
as
o
a
Turo.
character, and even if they can't
Mas o primeiro
really
jogo é
relate
muito
to
bom
what she's
também.
going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character
Estou a gozar,
and they can
agora estou
then
a gozar,
understand
não é?
that person better.
Mas é bom, o jogo é
Well,
bom. O
I
primeiro
don't want to
tempo.
sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua.
É isso,
right?
comprem. É bom.
She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep
Muito
changing.
fixe.
So that makes it real.
Muito fixe.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory
Acho que
are
este
putting
evento vai
into
acabar
Senua's
rápido,
Saga
porque eles já estão a
Hellblade 2.
passar as cenas todas.
Our hope is to not
Mega
only
habit.
create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling.
Deixa-me mostrar-vos
From our
bocadinho
combat
do primeiro jogo.
gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving.
primeiro
Everything
jogo
is
saiu em
crafted in
2017,
service
salvo
of
erro.
Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Saiu em 2018 e nós temos o gameplay em 2018. Vem mais um estúdio agora. Olhem lá, só imagens do primeiro jogo. Esperem lá. Olha. Isto é o primeiro jogo, malta, ok? É o primeiro jogo que estamos a ver agora. Este jogo saiu em 2017. Eu disse-vos que este jogo era bom. Ok? É mesmo bom. Olhem lá. Porra, isto para 2017 não é um grafismo incrível?
My name is
Estamos a brincar, certo?
Producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix.
Porque o combate não é, o combate não é o melhor deste jogo. O jogo não é centrado no combate.
いち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて
Ok, o que é que
大
será
変
isto?
光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約
isto será
17年
aquele
ぶりとなる
jogo,
聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは
Final
1991年に
Ah,
ファイ
Secret
ナル
of
ファンタジー
Mana.
外伝
Ok.
として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。
Já vimos Gandinho, já. Não vimos nada, estou a
本
brincar.
作は
Vimos
30
de
年
ver.
以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり
Pois é,
感じら
amanhã,
れる
depois
も
eu
のを目
sei
指
aquele
して
bocadinho, como é que se
鋭意
chama
制作
aquilo?
中
É
で
o.
す。
Tenho que
フ
comprar
ィ
esse
ールド
jogo.
では自
Pois
然や
isto é
精
o
霊とのつながり
Sandman,
を
é o
感じられ
Sand,
る
não
色
sei
彩
quê.
豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Não é?
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Demora algum tempo, mas não é muito, acho eu. É mais um
今回
JRPG.
これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親
Pal
である
World, é isso.
石
Nem
井
acho que
浩
comprei
一さん
isso.
と
Deixa
共
eu
に
ver.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・
Nem
マナの
instant
内容
não
を
tá, pois
紹
não.
介していきたいと思います
Hello, I am Koichi
No, no
from
está.
Grebs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に
Ainda nem sequer dá para comprar.
私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃す
É
でにイ
daqui a
メー
11 horas
ジができてい
que
た
se
ものもあり
desbloqueia.
ます。
Deixa eu ver se consigo comprar
今
isto.
作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな
Pá,
仲間
bem,
が
se
登場し
quiseres
ます。
podes mandar a mensagem para lá
陸
e
上
eu
を猛スピード
respondo.
で駆け回ってくれる
Mas se quiseres vir em live também
ピ
podes.
ックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
Apareceu o Hellblade, antes do Hellblade foi o Avald, agora é este, do não sei que of Mana.
動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上で
E a seguir vai ser o Indiana Jones.
見た目はアルマジェによく似た仙山港や
Pode Discord, podes mandar mensagem lá no Discord onde mandaste agora.
具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、
Pelo Ezra,
それ
mas
ぞれ
vamos
の
mostrar
特
alguma
徴を
coisa de Elder
取り入れなが
Scrolls.
らラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方を考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
Achava que eram só estes 4 jogos.
もう一つの挑戦は楽
Ainda
曲
não vi
面で
todas,
す。
Chip.
過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新
Ah pá,
作と
mate,
して
difícil é sempre
素晴
bocado
らしい
difícil
新
de
たな
dizer.
楽曲が生まれました。
Isto é mesmo jogos da Square Enix.
BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。
Ganda Alex, pá.
過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、
Mas eu acho que não vão, acho que o
インタ
Mythical
ラクテ
está
ィブミュー
maluco,
ジック
bro.
を導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。
Ah,
探索中の
anunciar
BGM が
o
バト
The
ルに
Elder
入った
Scrolls
瞬
6.
間
Não
アレ
duvido,
ンジが
velho.
切
Não
り替わ
duvido
る
que...
様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Não tinha visto, tinhas mandado mensagem, Alex. Ou tinha escrito aí. Diz lá, Tupac.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでな
Ok,
く、
está bem.
魔法での攻撃も可能になって
Vamos
いま
ver
す。
então. Ainda não, Vitor, veja a seguir.
そして本作ならではの
É
特
pá,
徴と
fogo
して
esta checa.
聖
Eu
剣
ponho
伝
uma
説シリ
seca a
ー
ver
ズで
estes
はお
jogos
な
da
じみの
Square
精霊
Enix.
たちが
Man.
いますが、
Eu até acredito que haja
その
malta que
力を
adora
宿
isto,
した
pá,
武
mas
器を
para mim
使
isto é
う
uma
と
seca
バト
tão
ルを手
grande.
助けしてくれるようになります。
É só jogos destes, pá, está
精
cheio
霊
agora
によっ
tipo
ては
jogos
さ
é
まざ
só
まな
isto.
特性の違いがありますので、
É pá, é
そ
que
の
acabei
効果
da.
とともに
Não acho
聖
que
剣
acabei
伝
da
説の
farto
世界
disto,
ら
pá.
しい不思議な力で
Só o Kingdom
爽
Hearts é
快
que
な
vale
バ
a
トル
pena
を
ver.
楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターや
Por amor
ピ
de
ックルに
Deus.
も注目してほしいのですが、
Cansado
聖剣
disto.
伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
Claro, tens de dizer
聖
isso.
剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお
Pá,
届けしている
este
本
senhor
作
achou genuinamente que esta escolha de óculos fazia sentido.
今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますのでぜひご期待ください。この夏
Esta
この
escolha
忘
de
れられない
óculos
冒
com
険
aquele
を
cabelo,
Xbox
e
ユーザー
agora
の
estava a
皆
olhar
さん
para
に
mim
楽しん
também
でい
estou
た
com
だ
o
ける日
cabelo
が
horrível.
今から待ちきれません。
Vou tirar os óculos. Já me está a irritar. Agora olhei para mim e pensei, foda-se. Não, que eu também estou de óculos, não posso. Tenho que tirar os óculos para fazer bullying aos outros. Ok. O que é isto? A Valve, Machine Games. Pronto, agora deve ser o... Ah, falta a Oxide. É Oxide, depois é Machine Games a seguir. O que é isto que eles vão mostrar? Nem sei que jogo é este.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Wara, certo.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion.
Okay.
We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that
Essas pessoas
presents a
ficam mesmo
living
contentes
world
por poder
where you can
apresentar
rule
estes
how you want to
programas.
rule
Estas
and
cenas,
chart your
epá,
own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history.
Pá, estou bem à espera de
players
Age of
from
Mythology
around the
Retold. Já me
world
está a
the chance to
irritar
see the
deles
game
não falarem
reflect
sobre
their
isso.
unique perspective,
Será que
and
temos
not
um
just
avançado?
ours.
Não sei, Catarina, duvido.
And finally,
Daqui
we
duvido que
knew that for
mostrem.
players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu.
Sim, mas não foi nisto.
One of the first
Sam.
differences you'll see when you dive into Ara
Ela
is what
trabalhou
we call the living
basicamente
world.
na,
It's a
pronto, em
procedurally generated
notícias.
alternate Earth.
Não era fazer
intuitive,
jogos.
authentic and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything
bué
from
Guild
the
Wars
settling
2.
of the wilderness to cultural
Living
influence
world.
on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to
bué.
the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow.
Pode-se mandar bombas
Part of the vision of
nucleares.
Ara is our philosophy
Sim,
of rule how
chabregas.
you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive,
Pavel foi
and
apanhado,
important
foi
nation
morto
the
a
world has
tiro.
ever known. This is measured by prestige,
Não foi
the
morto, ele
player's
está
score
vivo.
that proves their worth as a
Mas
leader.
foi mais ou
The
menos
prestige
apanhado.
system gives players the
Como é
chance
que é,
to
Tiago?
decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses
Não foi
and
assim que isto
game-changing
foi
abilities
construído.
to the nation that constructs
Foram
them.
os aliens.
Another aspect
Porra,
of
estes
Aura that I'm
developers, pá,
personally excited about
não
is our
sabem pôr as
crafting
coisas
system.
factualmente
The crafting
historicamente
system offers
corretas,
a
pá.
unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding
Parvoíce.
at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally
Epá, queria,
getting to the
Falcão, deixa lá ver
outcome
se vai
or
ser
reward
possível.
of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from
Não tem mau
international
aspecto este
trade
jogo.
to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime
Ok, isto
where
é
you're
uma
not
boa
doing
solução.
anything.
It's not easy sifting
Yeah,
through
parece.
all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Okay.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players
Okay.
will find leaders that they will want to play.
Vai ser um
And even a
remake.
few that
Eu
may
não sei bem se é um
surprise them with how
remake, mas
fun
acho que é um
it is when
remake.
those leaders are handed the
É o
reins of
Retold,
power.
deixa eu ver agora. Mas queria, é um remake no fundo, é um
For
remake.
us at Oxide,
Espero que
player
seja em
feedback is the
condições.
only way to really understand what you're
mostrarem
making. It gives us that
Que eu vou
priceless
viciar
perspective
bem
from the
nesse
people
jogo.
we're making Aura for.
Isso garantidamente vou colar no Age of
Building the game
Mythology.
alongside real players has given us that critical player
Isvoli!
feedback. In the
Vula-me!
end, we believe this makes for a deeper
Com
connection
sauce.
between the players and the game.
One of my favorite
Lembra-se dessa
examples
merda.
is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration,
Vula-me.
it was maybe a little bit too
Oh,
aggressive
sauce.
or disruptive. We knew
Ai,
we should
adorava o Age
probably
of
make a
Mythology,
change when one of
esqueça.
our insiders made a
Era
forum
grande
post
jogaço.
that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars, I hate cougars!
someone get these feline demons away from me.
Mano,
I'm happy to report, based on more
Yeah,
recent
right.
feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
oh mano, é sério.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other.
Não sabem, eu já vos meto
And we're
aí.
so excited that we can finally see the finish line.
Esperem lá.
We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own.
$1, €1 e qualquer outra moeda. E olha.
Malista.
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 Malista. Malista.
Malista.
Esto.
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 Esto. Esto.
Ne. Ne.
Ne.
Volume.
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 Volume. Volume.
Izvoli.
Isvoli! Era eles a atacarem. Isvoli! Iam todos ao mesmo tempo. Era...
Izvoli.
Izvoli.
Izvoli. Izvoli.
Izmachin.
Ismachin.
Izmachin.
Tá.
Lege.
Leje, que era tipo, digam. Leje.
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 Isto eram os workers.
Πρόσεχε.
Prostagma.
Πρόσεχε.
Prostagma. Espera.
Έτοιμος.
Έτοιμos também.
Timos.
É.
Πρόσταγμα.
Prostagma, cá está.
Prostegma.
Πρόσταγμα.
Ai, que
Prostagma.
lindo.
Prostagma.
Onde é que está o Isvoli? Já está o Isvoli. Eles
Esto.
já disseram o Isvoli.
Esto.
Esto.
Esto. Esto.
Βούλαμε.
Volume.
Πολύ.
É isto.
Izvoli.
Isvoli.
Pronto, é isto, está certo. Os egípcios.
Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games.
Okay.
I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Ok, vamos ver. Ui.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning.
Man, se não for o Harrison Ford, diz-me não tem graça.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Ok. Está decente. Lucasfilm Games. Aí está ele. Produtor executivo foi todo. Ok.
History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
Tá com coisa. É pá, hoje não, Metita, talvez só amanhã. As notícias do festival. Já vi algumas à tarde, mas quero ver o resto.
To be found.
Okay.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
É first person.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance.
Porque se não vier a música, passa.
Through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
What do
you mean if I could keep up?
Muito bom, pá. Ai, é fixe, pá. Parece-me um bocado clunky ainda, pá. Vamos ver se não se melhoram. Tipo, tá um bocado, parece um bocado clunky, né, ainda. Espero que eles melhorem o gameplay.
The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
Epá, também não sou muito fã da expressão facial do Indiana. Está um bocado estranho, mas pronto, vamos ver.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
O que é que o Leitão disse?
Em
terceira pessoa. Eu acho que dá para jogar. Eu vou ali uns shots em terceira pessoa.
Have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist. He's a charismatic everyman. He's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Assim até está
Whether
com bom
it's
aspecto.
cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Mas não está assim... Eu por acaso não sei se isto vai ser muito um jogo da minha...
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Maybe in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation.
Será que isto é um indie game?
Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
Okay.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
Okay.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
Foram buscar o Hans Zimmer.
John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style.
Pois é isso, pá.
We use a lot of
Algumas
stop
coisas
Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure.
A Gina é a mulher que vai dormir com o Indiana. Fica sempre uma.
Now she's found an ally in this
É tipo 007.
American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Claro que sim.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
Os vilões são
He's
sempre
highly
alemães.
intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Claro.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gameplay.
Calma,
How you
bro.
approach any given situation
Mano,
is up to
estamos
you.
a ver a primeira vez o
You may
jogo e tu já me
choose
estás a
to
dar
sneak around an
score.
enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head.
Mano, não
And
são
when you
estranhos,
can't
são
use your
devs.
wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction.
Aqui está fixe.
And yes, you
Aqui
can
está bastante
absolutely
fluido.
use it in combat. Everything you'd
Tá,
expect
aqui
from
está
Indy's
ok,
whip,
estes
and
shots
hopefully
que
a
vimos.
little bit more.
Houve algumas que
Puzzles are
pareceram
a key
bocado
feature
estranhas.
in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them.
Okay.
Epic traps,
Thank God.
small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
Pronto, ainda bem.
One thing I
Eu
love
detesto
about our
puzzles,
game is the
portanto,
level
ainda
of
bem.
interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us.
Eu não sei nem que vocês viram que ia haver
We
essa,
are
porque os
making
estúdios já
a
foram
game
todos
for
mostrados.
everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and
Uau,
we cannot
ainda este
wait
ano.
to share more soon.
Ok, tá bem. Ok. Sim, senhor. Está bem. Também gostei do último Indiana Jones. Foi fixe. Ok. É que supostamente já não havia mais nada. Já foram todos, estão a ver? Já foi tudo. Pronto, isto é o recap. Epá, o Indiana Jones sou capaz de jogar, o Aval também, o Hellblade vou jogar de certeza absoluta. Portanto, vou jogar todos os que foram mostrados, menos aquele da Square Enix, não me interessa.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy!
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
O Avald parece-me interessante. Este eu vou jogar.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
O Indiana também me parece
My
interessante.
name is Masaru Oyamada.
Este pronto.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
É o meu, mano, claro que é o Harrison Ford. É a imagem, ó. Tenham juízo. Pronto, está bem. Agradecido pelo contributo. Obrigado eu, amigos. Pronto, não vezam. Estão a ver. Sei onde é que vocês viram que houve... Ah! Global Reveal, next up, on Twitch TV Bethesda. Pronto, vai ser no canal da Bethesda, o Global Reveal. Pronto, malta. Epá, eu não tenho grande interesse. Não tenho grande interesse nisto. Portanto, não sei se já está up ou não. A cena da Bethesda. Já está, por acaso já está. Porra, foi logo. Foi logo a seguir. Não, é às 10. Ok, yeah, era aquilo que eu vos estava a dizer. Eu não tenho grande interesse de saber o que é que vai acontecer no ESO, portanto. Pronto, olhem. Quando. Yeah, também não é muito a minha cena este jogo, honestamente. Portanto, F.